Alright, I don't think I'm gonna change anything. I'm just gonna trust winning list. Oh, I'm gonna change these to best, obviously. Got the Auto Creativity combo in the sideboard, which could be cool in like closed deck lists and open deck lists. You really need to be sure there's nothing they can do about it. We'll see in which matchup. I wonder in which matchup. Maybe combo? No, not sure. Two back to nature. Hello. Should I play more Hidetsugu? Was all the food decks we had? Or is Hidetsugu kind of awkward in this deck and you don't want a second one? This deck's probably pretty good against food, right? Getting Valgavoth or Titan. Bit of removal and interaction. Teacher is doing weird stuff. It's just like highlighting cards for no reason. Okay. All that in queue, 3 people from our team that we tested was together IRL, top 8'd, which was sweet. Yeah, it's like the next best thing when you don't do well. Have teammates do well. Alright, dude one. I'm sure list is just perfect. Trust. But yeah, if you have any feedback about the RC, the event, the coverage, things we might have missed. Obviously, there's some things we know we can do a bit better, and we ran into some technical issues. But I was impressed by CSL, and Infinity treated us really well too. You didn't know it was my birthday on Friday? I even mentioned it like a couple times on stream. It's not a big deal. I like not super big on my birthday and all that stuff. Honestly, coverage was great. Nice. Plus, I know Rosie would like not say that if you didn't mean it. The fact that they were updating things as they went along. Yeah, the life total, I was all over it at first, and then the one, I don't know if you were here earlier, the one thing they were not able to fix was showing deck lists before the match and during sideboarding and stuff. They literally had an app like for that, but it crashed both Saturday and Sunday, and I'm not sure it could really be fixed. Alright. I'm gonna play case in case that all lands. My only complaint was the lack of XDD and XDD time. Yeah, I actually didn't have the chat open. I need to, yeah, at least have the chat open. And life totals being on a mobile phone on screen was interesting. Yeah, they were even able to like get the life totals on for a secondary feature, which I didn't think would happen at all. But Anzi was saying there was a lot of dead space on the stream overlay. I need to write that stuff down because I'm not gonna remember. Dead space. Really, I thought people were saying the overlay looks sweet and more professional than usual, and Dead Space on. Even after they added the records and the game counts and all that stuff, because at first there was some stuff missing. Or real feedback, they changed it from followers only to 24. I think Martin fixed that. He put it. He misunderstood. Martin is even more boomer than I am. He misunderstood. It said like 3 months follower, and he thought it meant like it's gonna be like that for the next 3 months. He didn't realize you had to be a follower for 3 months, and I think he fixed it like right away. That was maybe for like. Actually, now since I couldn't chat anymore, I think he literally fixed it like almost right away, if I'm not mistaken. Was your team for the fantasy draft just your Twitch chat regulars? I mean, it wasn't like super serious, you know. I mean, I did, but yeah, I did like pick. I mean, I didn't pick anything. You know, I should have probably first picked Stefan Schultz. It went. Felipa picked Mengu. Martin picked Depra. Arna picked Canister. And then I honestly don't even remember. I think I picked Jendrek, and I can't remember who I picked for some reason. Like not first pick, not wheeling, like not picking Stefan because I had the wheel right because I go last, so you wheel 2 players and then it goes back, and probably not having Stefan Schultz was like a little loose. But I don't know him that well, so I did pick people, more of my. I only saw it on the stream at the venue, but the quality of the stream looks super crisp. I like the overlay as well. Hey Duncan. Thanks for the feedback and welcome to chat. The in-between rounds camera of the event hall was really good. Yeah, it feels like such a simple thing, and it's so much nicer to have that than to have like random slides and stuff. But yeah, I agree. Like, feel like as a viewer, I would also really enjoy having that. And this thing is already solved, right? Take the slasher. I mean, I guess I'm just solving for a land. What's the best land I can get here? Just get a Blood Crypt out of the way. Or get green mana, I guess. Just Stomping Ground. I'm not being silly, right? That's what I need to get. Hey Marcelo, thank you. Thanks for all the birthday wishes. I would pick one Stefan. You'd pick Stefan over Depra? That's just silly. Did you think Depra needed to improvise more? Probably. Didn't improvise enough. He improvised a lot on day 1, didn't improvise enough. He needs to improvise more on day 2, apparently. A feedback for Ultimate Guard could be that they kind of reacted a bit clunky to chat as the mods couldn't really do the supporting work life on commands and so on. They kind of reacted a bit clunky to chat as the mods couldn't really do the supporting work like on commands. Yeah, I mean the people, yeah, like all the commands in chat, and did it get done eventually? It was just kind of slow to get going. Probably like one creature, any of them is good enough here, right? All in all, it was a pretty fun turn, and the coverage was better than the usual Pro Tour. People really think the coverage was better than the Pro Tour coverage? I feel like the Pro Tour coverage is really good. Well, I guess I thought people really think our coverage this weekend was higher quality or whatever than the World's coverage? I mean, I'd love to hear it. On the European RC, you were cosplaying as ZZ Top sharp-dressed man. I have no idea what that is. You have to link me the meme. I'm not sure did the between round screen have the round time remaining. It did not when they kind of knew when we're going live there was a back-in clock. But that could be cool to have the round time somewhere on screen. Not sure if it's easy to make it look good, but it could be an idea. Also, you know what? It's awkward because it makes no sense because depending on the moment of the day, sometimes we're like close to live, and sometimes the coverage was like pretty delayed compared to what the actual tournament was. So I don't think that makes sense actually to have that on screen, right? Because it's not going to be indicative. I like when it shows round time remaining or matches remaining. Yeah, but I don't think there's a way of doing that. Because sometimes we're like 15 minutes behind the actual tournament. Sometimes we're 2 minutes behind the actual tournament. Thought you were going to say the improvised bit right away. Yeah, I didn't meme a ton. I memed here and there. Unironically, I wish they had 7 TV. Obviously, we don't need 7 different. Maybe just, yeah. I did ask Martin to add me as a more emotes. I mean, that's a general like Ultimate Guards Infinity thing. Any idea why the entire thing was named Ultimate Guard Championship and the Ultimate Guard Open, but there was no UG Woosh or any UT advisement? It's named that way because they sponsor the tournaments. They just give money to have that just sponsor. And I was also surprised. I figured there would be an UG booth, but I guess they assumed there wouldn't be a ton of players, and But I was surprised. I was like when I didn't see it on Friday, I was like, oh, they're probably not here yet. They're probably going to be one tomorrow. I guess the prize wall had a lot of Ultimate Guard stuff as prizes you could pick. So in some ways there was that, but I was also surprised they didn't have like dedicated. But maybe they figured it was mostly the RC players coming, and maybe RC players are already like, or maybe the people who usually come couldn't. Maybe that's something else going on. I do not have a good answer to that question. Is Pawpatch good in this matchup? We saw Slasher, so they were less likely to have too many. You still have the demons destroying a Fable. Is like, I guess the food token for creativity is just important. I don't think Ob Nixilis is supposed to be super great in this matchup, but it was really good that game. I'm just gonna submit. Rosie says I would take that team over the Worlds team. As far as like, oh, you guys mean like the commentary? You like our commentaries better? I was more talking of the like quality, and I don't know. I feel like Worlds, they have the desk with Maria. I always like that, that part. I think they do a great job. Are you just saying like the casters were? But yeah, I don't know if that would be the case for most Magic players. Maybe just people who like are pretty competitive. Also, you would literally watch my stream, so there's obviously a massive bias. So, but it's still nice to hear. 26 Slam says it was the best coverage in years, and we are not glazing. Vian for the command says most of them were then added by UG directly, but it would have been smoother if the mods could intervene directly. Did he forget about the Omnix here? Did I forget one ping of Omnix at some point? Wilhelm says pros instead of personalities makes a huge difference on coverage. Also, watching live games will always feel better. Well, you watch live games at Worlds. I mean, when we were watching the games, it wasn't always live. It was like we had a delay here and there. So I'm not sure what you mean by that. Ooh, that goblin could be nasty. I got nothing going on. As goblin, I can discard creativity and torch. So it's actually not that bad. Slasher. How fast does Slasher kill? Like free attacks? I feel like Annex probably still the best card in the hand, but I take P Sully and SEDP over us. Fair. Gaminus, dude, I took the yellow hat. I don't know why I didn't wear it at all. Should have worn it at least for a round or two. Because you were so sharp dressed. Was I? My shirt wasn't even like ironed. I also felt like I was like sitting awkwardly during the interviews. I never knew like that ebbing and flowing between live and delayed actually helped with seeing more magic. Oh no, that we did a good job. Just I think that's the way it should be. Like, especially at home. Like, who cares if we're not exactly like live and close to live? It doesn't matter, right? Draco says Worlds has a lot of non-watching Magic bonus stuff that I personally don't care much about. It was nice watching Darcy that it was more percentage of Magic. Yeah. Thank you for the top-notch cover. Thanks. Sucks. Maybe it's also that there was no limited. I don't really like that format as much. Yeah. What about the interviews? I kind of like all that stuff, the extra stuff in between rounds. I think it's person dependent. Some people would just want to see as much actual Magic being played as possible. But I'm assuming most people like the mix, a little variety doing. It's like makes it a little less boring and stuff. And I know I love that stuff when I used to watch Dota. I love to hear the players interview. I love the like little analytic bits. Interviews and friend segments were fine. Just fine. Could we make them better? Or do you just not care for that stuff that much? But don't mind it. Was the Stefan interview where he says he's accomplished his objective of locking in the next VRC? Yeah, we had some good that was nice. We had some good interviews. But the interviews were pretty fun for the most part. just dead if I play Case here. I mean, should I even bother? I like that you kept the sideboarding on PT coverage. I feel like it goes too quickly in cast. Yeah, I don't know if you'll hear, but we were supposed to have also deck lists in the app. That was the one thing that they weren't able to fix during the weekend. They had an app to show the deck list, and for some reason it crashed, so we couldn't get that bit. But maybe Anger of the Gods is nice in this matchup. Torch on the play seems kind of meh. I'll try Anger. Or that 4 will push, yeah. But yeah, that we showed the players while they were sideboarding, and yeah, I guess they feel like they don't want to have too much quote unquote dead time during sideboarding because it can be a little long. But maybe they do the other extreme where it goes too fast. Because sideboarding is really interesting too. I felt like I kind of bailed a bit on the sideboarding. I was talking about which cards to bring in, and to be fair, I was kind of running out of time to even talk about that stuff, even with the full minutes, but sometimes I was like, well, I don't know what they're going to board out. I mean, Fanny Pack says, I mean, at some point you just can't show that much more magic, so interviews are good. I mean, I actively like that. You know, I'd be okay having like all this magic if it means you get to see like the interviews and stuff, but thought it was good balance for that one. I enjoyed the interviews. Also, deck text was unique decks that are doing well or nice. Yeah, we didn't have we didn't like pre-record any stuff like on Friday, but so it was mostly Frank going of these niche decks, but it's still nice. I like interviews, but there is an element that is dependent on the interview giving good answers. Mark Tobias knows selling the win was Martin made it seem unimportant. I mean, that's just Tobias' personality. Ooh, hello. That's a good draw. Yeah, I agree. You know, could have shown a little more excitement, and it's a common problem in, you know, whether it's Magic or esports in general. Not only you don't always get the most extroverted peoples, which is fine. So what am I gonna do here? Attack and creativity for one, and hope that's.
I prefer really not to speak. If I speak, I am in big trouble.
Is good.
In big trouble, and I don't want to be in big trouble.
I don't even have to attack. Might as well attack, right? It's reroll. Destroy X target artifacts and or creatures. I'm not being silly, right? I don't really think there's that much to improve unless you want to start doing in-depth play-by-play analysis or so. Yeah, I don't think we have the time/resource. I mean, you have to have more people to like have more that kind of content, I guess, but that's not that great. I guess it's pretty good. Rhino. Shield counter on the main one because I'm gonna try and creativity my Rhino token away, I guess. All the coverage was great at the weekend. Really enjoyed what I caught. Thanks, Maddie. And I really don't like the free X speed games. They do a lot at the Pro Tour. Okay. Good to know. Yeah, how do people feel about the fast forward versus not fast forward? Probably worth to block here. What's the main one? I agree, it was nice. As a commentator, anyways, it was nice to not try and squeeze as much magic as possible and just watch the games at normal speed. I think streams of competitive events should embrace competitive audiences. How many casuals are watching? I think that stream did a much better job at that than WotC. Sock says, I like the sped up games. I like the fast forward, get to see more games. Okay. Oh no. Oh, it's not that big of a deal. You play around You play around push here. I know I'm hitting Valgavoth. I could be a coward. Do I target Titan? I torch check? What does that mean? You'd go on reflection, you mean? Yeah, there's no way torch is in, right? If anything, it's push. But is my 7/7 that big of a deal? Like that much better than a 4/4 when they have Slasher and I'm gonna have Valgavoth anyways? Let's kill them faster. Alright. And so when it dies, it comes back under their control, but that's probably fine if they have 2 ways to removal. Alright, I lost one game. Yorion, so probably Incarnation. My mana's awkward. I do have double Thoughtseize Ob Nixilis if I ever draw black mana. How many black sources we have? 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13. That is gamblish, and I don't have creativity. I'm gonna maul. Alright, this is probably a bit better. Do you enjoy doing commentary versus playing this weekend? I really enjoyed doing commentary. When you do see like people doing well and playing and stuff, kind of wish I was playing as well, but you know, you just gotta make a choice and be fine with it. But yeah, I miss not playing, obviously. They did change something with that Magic Magic Online feels a little different. Like just this is new, right? I even press Q and it still does it. It's not bad, I guess. Oh, they're playing that deck. The turtle deck. Brain Hero, do I get anything? Yeah, big prize. Big giveaway. I'll be right on it. APL Geek. It did seem like you and Martin were constantly trying not to laugh. Was there something funny happening off camera? I mean, I was trying to be smiley, I guess, when we were. I'd just like to smile, I guess, in general, and no, maybe you're just a little awkward. Great job casting a Darcy, Gab. You were on point. Thank you. I did feel like I was on point as far as technical analysis go. I mean, I've been playing a ton of Pioneer and felt like I was doing a good job. Obviously, it's hard to know, but for sure. But I did feel like I was pretty much always knew what was going on, and I don't think I made pretty much any mistakes about almost anything. So that's always nice. Fighting in general must be nice. I know how easy. Imagine November 2024 trying to be positive and happy. I'm just naive. What's my next for me magic wise? There's Prague, RC Prague, end of January, and then a few weeks later there's the Pro Tour in Chicago. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do commentary or play in Prague. I'm not sure they've announced the formats yet. I'm assuming the first Pro Tour is just gonna be standard because of Foundation. And then Prague, I can't remember. Do you have any other casting already on the account? No, I haven't anything I've been asked about or committed to, but just, you know, slowly preparing when I become really washed and can't win on the Pro Tour anymore. Get that sweet commentary gig. Yeah, you did a great job casting. Yeah, the jacket looked good too. Thanks. It is a pretty nice jacket. I didn't iron my shirt or anything. I could have maybe made more of an effort there. The Chicago event would be fun if it wasn't a frozen tundra. Yeah, late February is probably still extremely cold. Feels like I need a little more than creativity for one in this matchup. How do I accomplish that? That Spite's not doing a ton for me, but it might be really nice if I draw into one of the biggies. I guess I'll just discard these two. I feel like that makes sense. Maybe just... I forget, that deck plays Negate main deck? Because we played that deck a tiny bit on stream. I wonder if I still have the list somewhere. I'll have the mono green list. Variation. I think the OG list had like one negate in the main. Let's see, I'm at 20. Alright, I guess I should play this first. Green mana seems, just mana in general seems fine, right? Green mana especially. I guess it's just case, right? I need to go on to a Pro Tour so I can see Gab and go finally to Pro Tour. Finally, Aloysius is here. I can start winning. Is Pioneer really starting to become a real format, or is it still as wonky as it seems? It does feel like a little less like standard light. At the very beginning, it really felt like rehash standard. But they announced not long ago that there's going to be more standard next year and less Pioneer. I think when they made that decision, Pioneer was not in a great spot, and then they got rid of Amalia and of Vamps, and Pioneer's like much better right now. Hey Dennis, thanks. I looked for Dennis in the top 8 of the RC, did not see. Couldn't remember your last name, but as this all sad, I didn't see Dennis make top 8, so sorry. Doesn't seem like Zor did too high. I had like average win rate in Europe, and I guess one guy made top 8 and had like 48% win rate on day 1, which is not the worst. Hey Bits, great job this weekend. Your counter was clear and solid. The coverage was also very well done. Awesome, thank you. I was hoping people would feel that way. That's the feeling I got. I thought I was doing a good job. T'as dû apprécier de... Ah ouais, non mais c'est magnifique, hein. 2 heures. 2 heures porte à porte. It was so nice. It's literally 2 hours door to door from my home to the hotel. It's literally the hotel. This morning it was a 1-minute walk to the train station, literally across the street, not joking, no exaggeration. And it's a French train, so it's like you have to be there like 10 minutes before is good enough. I was there 15 minutes before. 1 hour and 10 train ride, then another like 5-minute walk, 15-minute suburb train, another 5-minute walk. Literal 2 hour door to door. The dream. Big sad, says Dennis, had a bad time. Get 2 7 cards hands all weekend, just wasn't my day. Yeah, I mean, there's really not much you can do about it if things go that way. Feels like I could maybe play around in a gate here, or I guess I can just get a... They are really aggressive. I forget what's in that green deck. Do they really have nothing? Is there some flash cards? I forget. I'm gonna attack and see what happens. 2 team homies, top 8 again, and Brennan. Yeah, I don't know if you tested with Jaiko, but Jaiko said that people he tested with anyways did well. Pioneer doesn't sell packs, so it's dead to Thoughtseize. That might be a reason. Hopefully it's not the only reason. Good thing I didn't borrow your blue-white cards. It had a 4% day 2 conversion rate. Yeah, it was 42% win rate. I mean, I felt like blue-white was not in a good spot, and Ragdo's Demon was one of the most played decks, and the matchup's not great. Alright, I feel like I can afford to play it slow here, so I will. Hopefully this doesn't backfire. Did you see me? That was me. You were a big reason I played it. Wait, you're the guy who made top 8 with Zor Da Vinci? You didn't come and say hi at all this weekend, right? I don't even feel like I really saw you. I don't know what you're talking about. Ignis Fatalis says, great commentary to have actual insights in plays from a pro during RCLL. Really enjoyed the casting team, especially yours calling out the exact plays and reasoning on some of the players' things. Yeah, they say you're supposed to like. I tried not to do that too much actually. I think you're not supposed to try and like predict what they're gonna do, or maybe like suggest different lines, or kind of analyze after, because then it's like if you get it right, it's boring. If you get it wrong, it makes you look bad. I don't know how much that is true, but so much better than this by the Magic Channel. It's funny. I feel like I enjoy the more. I feel like they're better casters, just getting things hype and the flow and stuff, because they've been doing more. People like Marshall and Paul, and as someone who already kind of knows what's going on, I'm maybe not looking as much for like the professional analysis, and I'm just looking for just good flow, good, just, unless it's literally like, I don't know,
you have a backup career.
Javier or Simon Nielsen or someone who's like maybe even better than me and who or at least knows more about the specific format than I would. I don't know. It's also interesting to just someone who's like good and knows a decent bit to just, but yeah. Anyways, I appreciate it. Thanks. Jim Wilkes, Matthew Gideus, and Brandon Crawford, all our peeps. Nice. It's always, I was saying, Jaiko, it's the next best feeling when your friends do well, even if you don't do well. Yes, 0-2 into 11-2-1. He didn't see. I was mostly like, I didn't go around the room too much, but I was like hanging out around the feature match area a bit. Dude, I had no idea that was you. All sorry you didn't quite get to Worlds, but you must be thrilled. Yeah, you went 0-2 into top 8. Lorenzo lost the first one and then won like X in a row. You seldom. 51 months was the tier 1 sub. 51 months of getting scammed. Glad to have you back. Glad you have a backup career if this training doesn't pan out. Appreciate that. I wonder if anyone's ever I was wondering if anyone's ever lost the first round of the tournament and then won every round after that. I mean, he didn't quite get there, Lorenzo, but in like, a big tournament, like 2-day GP, PT type of events. Emo, the big issue is when casters try to anticipate what plays will be made instead of commentating what's actually going on. Yeah, I agree. And I think we didn't do that too much, right? It was mostly Martin doing play-by-play, and then us talking about what's going on, explaining stuff, and sometimes you like linger, you fall behind the gameplay, but I thought Martin was doing a good job of keeping up, especially when something important happened. Obviously, it's all about balance, but Keelan like Marshall, I really like. I don't know, I like Marshall's commentary. He's knowledgeable about limited. He plays a lot of limited. He's not good about constructed, but I feel like he does a good job even when he does. I don't know. Maybe I'm not critical enough. Maybe we're just friends, and I just like him and his style. And sometimes you can be predicting the correct play while the player does the wrong play. You're free to share what you think is. I mean, afterwards, like we try not to, we try to keep it positive, even if someone misplays, or keep it. Obviously just say things nicely because you don't want people to feel bad, and you point out, you try to find reasons why they did it. That's interesting. You can be like, I don't think that was the right line, but I can see, try to figure out why they did what they did. I mean, sometimes it's just brain fog, or they don't know the interaction, or it's an obvious mistake, and I think it's really important not to harp on like someone's mistakes too. Is there anything in Pioneer to test, or just playing for fun? I figured I'd play a tiny bit more, like play the winning decks from this weekend. That'd be cool. There's 2 RCs less next weekend, Canadian RC and Central American RC, Mexico and the rest of the region. And We're recording the podcast with Edgar MTG tomorrow. He's from Canada. He has his RC next weekend, so maybe it can help him out a tiny bit. But I think we're probably going to move on. I'm assuming standard back to modern and standard, probably. Scooter says, I've never appreciated Marshall's commentary, but I suspect he's really good for folks that are less invested in competitive Magic. Yeah. Someone was saying earlier that you should assume people who tune in for coverage are kind of into competitive and should make commentary for that. I honestly don't have an answer to what's best overall. This is what I play test a lot. If you're interested, take a look. I will take a look. I had a bunch of people come up to me on Friday, ask me about Zero, especially one French player, and he had some interesting ideas. 4 push, 4 verse, 3 Thoughtseize, 1 go for the throat. Okay, so you did get rid of the Spelunking. And what else did you get rid of? -1 Overlord, -1 Spelunking. +1 push, +1 Thoughtseize. How did you make room for the last? Did you just cut a land? 4, 9. I guess I could just go to melee. That might be easier. Hey David, thank you so much for the 22 months. Thanks for the tier 1, appreciate it. Hope you've been enjoying the stream. I think Utah went 0-2 win at the Worlds he won. Oh yeah, true, Utah did it. Of course. I think maybe PV 0-2'd into a top 8 too. The occasional dig at Mengu by Arne was entertaining too. Yeah, Philippa first picked Mengu in our fancy draft and I was giving her shit. She's like, oh, I went with my heart. I don't know. First, I like to give Mengu shit and he's like so Mengu that it's like he's kind of feels like it makes him easy to underrate a bit. It feels like every time I make fun of him, he just like lights a fire and does well. So I'll take a bit of credit there. LSV 0-2'd into win. No. LSV did? No. LSV went undefeated in the Swiss of the PT. I think he's maybe the only one. Marshall is the GOAT. I mean, I really enjoy Marshall. Almost got my streak to my match. So I think it's better to get into what the player's thinking instead of the correct play is. I mean, if you have time to point out both, Opponent is just disconnected. Oh, I win the match. Okay. I guess they never came back. I was surprised, but also I thought it was really cool that Phoenix did have an especially impressive showing. Play this next weekend. It's perfect. No notes required. Forget lost. It cannot be perfect. You lying. Why? Why would you lie? Why would you make up such an obvious lie? Team Azorius or Team Abs and Jaunt? Well, if I had to play a Pioneer tournament right now, I'd definitely pick Abs and Jaunt over Azorius. I don't know if you saw, but Azorius had an abysmal weekend at the European RC. I would, if I had I would definitely play test Tobias deck. I mean, he won the tournament. He was probably the only person in the field playing the deck. So that should be, if you have a bit of time, that should be your probably the first deck you try. Maybe the deck I'm playing right now, that won the Australian RC is nice as well. Alright, am I just gonna die next turn? Oh, there's foundations. True. There's not a lot of impactful stuff on foundations and no obvious like game changer. Ace Team Flugger Boss. How's the all reliable linear control going? Anyone bring Knight to Lail? I don't know. I don't think I talked to anyone that said they were playing blue-black control. I will say blue-white is probably decent against the sacrifice decks. Free double strike 2, so I would take 8. Alright.
Death,
Happy birthday from your least favorite watcher. That's some dig. That's something I said one time. Volcanic Spite's kind of nice.
Deck, yeah!
This is probably gonna be a little rough, right? But what else am I supposed to do? Hello, Rhino. Is Foundation coming to Pioneer? Yeah, legal for the Canadian RC this weekend. This upcoming weekend. I think it should have technically been legal for this RC, but card availability, etc. Or maybe they made people to make their deck list a day earlier to not have the issue. Something like that.
Spending my Bezos bucks responsibly.
Oh, was I just dead to... I guess it needed to have like haste creature plus push. And they potentially had something else left. I'm just very dead here. Kill that. As you should, Judicate. Appreciate it. Welcome back. I think Goblank's not the worst in this matchup. Do I want Duress over anything? Pillage the Bog a little slow, but Pawpatch deals with Slick Shot. Also, this deck is not super great at getting the first token, so I don't think I should ever stream Pawpatch. Alright, let's try that.
You happy birthday, Gabriel Lafone.
Damn, the lady robot's just terrible. I had no idea that's what we were saying. Super Walk, thank you so much for the 53. What is up? Is an expedition map print in Foundation great for Lotus? Someone else said that the other day, and at first I was like, oh yeah, and then is that really what the deck wants? It's just infinitely worse than Sylvan Scrying, right? Like the extra mana, the fact you can hit it with a removal, which is a big appeal of that deck, is that it doesn't care about any kind of spot removal. And I don't think that's what's the deck's missing. I mean, maybe you play like one or two, but doesn't seem like a game changer to me, or maybe not even an upgrade at all. Alright, I want to destroy Kumano? Or I want to like case and just use a torch? No, I want the token. I have creativity, 2 creativity for Thoughtseize. Properly fished. Thank you so much for the 10 months. Appreciate it. Accent says Bolt Wave, which is the new Lava Spike, is the most impactful card for Pioneer and Foundation. I spoke with James about the deck, and he said Pawpatch was actually good in this deck. Yeah, it makes sense because there's a few games here where I was just didn't have a token for creativity already. I guess that one game against Red Black I lost. So what is the best line? I think it's definitely not Stomping Ground Go. Trading Pawpatch for Kumano doesn't feel great. Was the hand I have either. I guess just saying Go, and this way if they play a Slick Shot, I get to kill it, and if not, I make food and draw cards. Hey Ted, morning. Oh yeah, you're like almost 20, you're like 22 minutes early. When will Foundation be on Moto? I think this week, right? Tomorrow? The usual, like, I guess Wednesday, more or less. Very surprised Wizards didn't do a Foundation early access on Arena this time. I was talking to someone, and they were, I don't know, joking that maybe they fired a bunch of people or something's going on, because there's no Arena Foundation pre-release, even though I don't know how, like, for a set like Foundation, if it would even make sense. And then there's someone qualified for the Arena Championship, which is in 1 month, and they still don't know what the format is. They have not been informed about the format. So yeah, I'm not exactly sure what's going on, honestly. I'll just play tapped. I might regret it, but would a refute be remotely possibly better to play than free steps? I mean, I've played a decent bit with free steps. All the other modes come up so often. They did one last week. They did the Magic Online one. Is there any upgrade for Dimir in Foundations? Think twice. Potentially better than Deduce if you're worried about discard spells and counter spells, but nah, doesn't seem like it. I mean, I don't have the whole list in mind, to be fair. If people want to bring up cards, you're always free to ask me, ask me about any potential preview cards, any cards, anything in general, Magic related, obviously. Ew, all pain-free mana. Cherry on top. Might be a good idea to let Watsy know. Let Watsy know about what that they need to know the format. I'm assuming the players qualified are. Let Watsy know. Let's get a 4/4 and just 5 life, I guess. Watsy constantly firing people from Arena besides the guy who make pets because he's the linchpin of their business model as CD business. Wonder if Spectral Sailor is better in Standard than Dimir. Yeah, I think Sailor would be an upgrade. I think Sailor is a strong card. I mean, I still feel like the lack of Mockingbirds in the Sliz is a little sus, but maybe it doesn't play out well in Standard. Is Bulk Up playable with Slick Shot? I do not remember what Bulk Up does. Saucercraft says a couple of them emailed Watsy a week ago with no response about the Arena Championship format. Maybe it'll be like surprise formats. That'd be cool. Surprise limited, and for constructed, they just get the whole list like the day off, and they have to just build a deck. They have like 2 hours to build a constructed deck or something. I was like, that would be cool. Alright, this one looks pretty Jover. Are people, is what's he so... I don't know what you're talking about, damn Taffer, man. You seem awfully negative. I don't know if you're always like that, or...
Hello there.
Hey, Blue Sky. It just took 11? Got free cards in hand. I mean, what'd you even do here? I could probably die, right? Out of nowhere. I could just Creativity to 7/7 for 1. Seems like reasonable. I don't think they have a counterplay to that. Maybe I guess they do play Dark Vanishings, right? They play like most lists have 1 or 2 copies of like Harlow Sack / Go for the Throat. Let's see if I can find untap black plus Fatal Push. I can. Yes, I can. Foundation Auction Draft. Auction Draft is really fun. And I like the set roulettes too. Do they still do that? The set roulettes? That was something Pascal Menard organized, right? There was one of the invitationals I played in. There was auction. It was really cool. It was deck list submitted by the community, and then so we had access to the deck list before the draft, and then there was just an auction. So we would put the first deck up for auction, and you could bid with your starting cards, starting cards in hand, you know, like 7 cards, 6 cards, 5 cards, and then life total. So it would go like, I don't know if we started at 7 cards or 8 cards. Maybe we started at 8 cards. So it'd go like, 8 cards, 20 life, 8 cards, 15 life, 8 cards, 10 life. And then when someone felt like the life was getting too low, they would go like 7 cards. Maybe it started at 25 life. And that was pretty fun. I wonder if you want to trim one of the boom booms. You just don't draw them. Maybe case is just too awkward. I'm gonna trim the case and hope I don't run into token problems and just have all the Duress on the draw. I don't remember Jaikoi. I will not die to a turn to slick shots, which is nice. Hopefully I can live to anger. Then I'm not going to be taking damage from my land in the early turns also, which is also nice. So not the perfect hand. No more Nassif blue-white videos. Blue-white's not looking great in Standard or Pioneer these days, or Modern. I guess it's okay in Modern. There's blue-white Oculus, right? But Gab, Day of Judgment. Finally, they gave us Day of Judgment. Did you already go over the top 8 Zero deck and give thoughts on main deck Thoughtseize? It's actually Da Vinci. I didn't realize. I didn't see him at all weekend, and I didn't know it was like what his real name was. But he shared his list. We can go over it. I talked to a French guy who was playing the deck on Friday, and I thought he had some interesting ideas on how to change the sideboards. Kind of nice. Make a food. Into anger here. Stefan Schutz says Anger of the Gods was his best card, his MVP all weekend. He was playing Phoenix. He played in 14 rounds of Swiss. He played against White Green Company 5 times. Beat them all. For people not watching, White Green Company had a 56% win rate on day 1, which was the best out of all the most played decks. And it literally did not win a single match when me and Martin were in the feature. Even like period. I don't think White Green Company won a single match in the feature match. It was just cursed. All my homies hate Company. Yeah, like first thing that happened when I got to the site on Fridays, I ran into the French players and they had a testing house together. Oh, I might just be dead here. Wow. That'd be brutal. Yep, looks like I'm dead. Dude, that Anger of the Gods free for 1 and they just untap and kill me. Brutal. Somehow the Company players got paired against Lotus Field Combo, which has got to be their absolute best matchup 15 times on day 1, which is obviously like kind of silly. Oh, what did I get rid of here? I mean, I'm assuming Pawpatch. I could get rid of land, I guess. Be all greedy. Might be good to get rid of land if I get hit by Thoughtseize here. I had Company as a real deck and Prowess as not a real deck. Same, when people ask me on stream, someone literally asked me between Ragdos, Prowess, and Company, and I was like, I don't know. I feel like Company is a solid deck, and oh my god, I'm a Munson. Well, I guess I'm not playing Pawpatch on turn 2. Well, that was silly. F's. F's in chats. Oh my god, so. Oh, yeah, it doesn't work. Oh. And I could have played Take the Prankster, Disenchanted Talent. I feel like I have to take the talent. So annoying. Easy. Of course, I get rewarded for my terrible play. Sabatix, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome, everyone. Hope you're having a good day and you had a good stream. We're playing Old Pioneer. I'm playing the list that won the Australian RC. Australia/New Zealand RC, and then I'm going to try Toby Ash's Black Green list. How close you were reading chat? I did not have chat open at any time. I was just super focused on the game, basically. I probably should have tried and mix it in a bit, but yeah, no, I literally didn't have chat open at all. Only time I had chat open is when I was off stream, my off rounds, and watching the game, helping with coverage, and sometimes I open the chat. Happy birthday, you're only as old as you feel, or as your body makes you feel. Wait, what happened to my Fable? Oh, they just had the Spell Pierce. I guess I'll try and Fable again first. And I'm not sure I'm getting ahead, honestly. Maybe I was better off casting Pillage, casting Pawpatch here. Tiny bit of feedback, it'd be nicer to have chat open, to have a little bit of back and forth. Yeah, I agree. I don't know why I didn't. I kept forgetting, and then I was being a rascal at the airport. I mean, even a little bit of acknowledgement is cool. Yeah, I feel like that's should be like maybe play-by-play's role, but Martin's already doing a lot, so yeah, no, I agree. I agree, it makes it more fun. Is it my birthday? It was on Friday. It's fine though, it's not a huge deal. All these cards I have are kind of nice. Am I really supposed not to get rid of anything here? Guess not. Has Arne cast Blood before? I never heard him before and thought he was really good. I'm not sure. It might have been his first time, or at least first time in a big event. He does stream, so I think that helps a lot. I feel like I haven't done any casting, and I feel like I was probably much better than I was like last time I randomly did casting for a GP. But Arne came up as arrogant? Ooh, really? I mean, he's an expert. He knows his shit. Thought like Arne was one of the ones who got the most praise from what I've heard. Arne was very embarrassed when Philippa kept talking about his magic accomplishment. Yeah. Oh, what am I doing here? I have one token and one creature. I guess I'll let them have their stuff for now. The whole weekend was great. Enjoyed how little downtime there was. Yeah, Not the CSL guys were great. They seem really good at what they do, and that was their first Magic event too, so should only get better. Aren't it flexed a few times? I don't know. Flexing seems kind of fun, you know, in small doses. Seems like the kind of thing Twitch chat would enjoy. Arna seemed like the least arrogant to me, very humble. Alright, we've got discordant opinions here. I feel like I'm kind of screwed here. They probably found the second spell pierce. Yeah, I mean, I guess I just go for it, right? And if they have second spell pierce. Oh wait, I have that Pillage the Bog, right? Thanks for the reminder. I did find a thought. It would have obviously been really nice to find a land. So I could take a land and just creativity for 1. Titan gives me 7/7 reach plus kills, talent plus something. Not bad. Valgavoth's gonna be quite solid as well. But between talent and the pranksters, maybe they can just bounce it. And Atraxa would probably be the worst by a lot. Could take land. I could Thoughtseize. Thoughtseize plus creativity for 1. I could YOLO creativity for free. They are repping the spell pierce, but they've already drawn 1. Hey Spartans. I saw you in chat a bit, I think. They had good cameras, the pictures were crystal clear, better than WotC broadcast. Okay. Philippe has accent and pronunciation. Yeah. Her English is quite good. I think good enough. I find her accent cute. When she says tree, she can't say the TH sound. I mean, I can barely say it to be fair, but the funniest one was Philippa is when she says Harry, like Harry MTG. She kind of says Harry, like a hair. Like not quite hairy, but it's like airy, or I don't know. I can't remember exactly, but that one always gets me. I don't know. I like Felipe's accent. I don't know what to do. I don't just want to YOLO and get it over with. I'm gonna do it for 1. I should probably just Thoughtseize. I said sorry, easier if you tell me whether you have second spell pierce or no. Let's see. Let's see what they say. They said XD. Yeah. So what does it mean if they say XD? Trying to get a read here. Trying to get an online read. Is Thought's creativity for 1 good enough? I would tell you if I had the stream open, but I'm decent and closed it. I'm gonna give them the XDD. Alright, they have played like they kind of had it, but also could be a bluff. Did it tank on my spells? I feel like it's probably not a bluff. But I'm kind of a okay, let's get her better getting rid of their thought. Having a land to cast an extra spell. I guess I'll just take the land. Oh, you know what? They could have Into the Flood Mob. People play that card in the main deck now. I'm just gonna YOLO for the memes. For like getting the free and play at the same time. I mean, they actually, if they're playing Giazliz, they're more likely to have Into the Flood mod and. Yeah, I can probably scoop. I'm gonna be like, should I scoop? I guess I should have Thoughtseize Creativity for one, but I'm not sure that's good enough to win, honestly. Damn, if I just drawn a land, I could have just Thoughtseize plus Creativity for 2. Who am I playing against? Oh, Nazi player. Okay. Worldspine against that matchup. Meh. Wow, I'm playing against the best player of all of Australia. That's pretty unlucky. Or pretty lucky, I don't know, depends how you. Trying to get cancelled by all of Australia after getting cancelled by all of Greece. 66 cards. That's a few too many. Let's see. Thought Distortion's kind of sketch. Ob Nixilis is probably pretty sketch. Having Torch and Spite is probably all sketch. Having both Anger is probably all sketch. What did you do to Greece? Because I didn't go to RC Athens last year. I didn't go to one of the regional championships because I was already qualified and stuff, so I decided to skip. I was also wondering which matchup the Old School combo comes in against. He's someone who has like literally no way to interact with your yeah. Okay, let's not do Thought Distortion. I feel like having Thought Distortion and 7 1-mana discard spells and go blank is kind of a non-bo. Let's just do 1 Anger, 1 Torch, 1 Spite. I don't know about these torches. I feel like they're bad when you have the graveyard hate.
Deck, yeah!
Keeping 2 Spites. I'll prem a Case. I kind of like Case though. Big Case fan over here. Hey Steve, thank you. Glad you enjoyed it. I'll Thoughtseize first because of Prankster. Oh, I have 2 thoughts. I thought I had Thoughtseize and a Duress. Olge. Deck, yeah. Got birthday wish from Mark Rosewater on Facebook. No big deal. Not so humble brag. Nothing humble about that brag. Cruise Prof Prankster. I think I'm definitely taking the Prankster because the combos was props and was Treasure Cruise. Let's start with that and then see what happens. Oh, nice. Games are going pretty fast with this deck. A bit like Ragdos Transmog. Alright, I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. Take the props, get them closer to Treasure Cruise. I guess I'm just gonna let them have the props. I'm just gonna play Case, and then I'm gonna take something. Let's probably take Treasure Cruise next turn. Anger of the Gods pretty awkward against props. Almost at Valgavoth, 9 mana. Maybe you conboard out of Nyx with Case in your deck. They drew an island. Kind of weird they're not casting Consider. That might be a bad sign for me because they could technically consider into Treasure Cruise here. Did I win RCOL? Kind of. Got to have a great time doing the casting, got paid for it. That's a win in my book. That was a great message. The year is 2024. Gab turned 148 and still looking slick in a suit, dropping all sorts of jokes and dunks on coverage. Returns home, nothing changes, takes a quick shot at Australia. Minus 2 million kangaroos, kick W, autopilot some W's, get greedy and loses. All is good in Gatland. Dude, they found the treasure cruise, obviously. How could it not? Okay. That kind of worked out for me. Well, it could work out for me, I guess I should say. If I find an on-tap land, preferably. Good to know that Torch would be better than Anger here. Well, I cast RC Charlotte and Portland so you can cover one of my matches. I'll do it if they'll let me do it remotely. If they pay me well and let me do it remotely. I doubt that's happening though. Or not because, well, you can sack it to bargain, right? Alright, I can't do that right away. So I have to pay the life to not get spell pierced. Oh, like I'm just behind. Even though my draw was perfectly reasonable. Maybe it was case you can bring in one back to nature. I need dark rituals. Okay, what's a good card in that spot? Go blank is decent. Fable is decent. They both get spell pierced. They've already played 2 Treasure Cruise. How much mana do I have? Not that far from Titan. You could like just grab a land and grab a Titan. Then I'm not that far from Valgavoth either. Could literally just grab like a Black Verge. Could Bog. Is it silly to just get Titan and get land and hope that's good enough? Probably a little silly. That's 5? Well, I'm at 6 this turn. I haven't played a land, and then 7 Titan next turn. I guess people don't really play this Disdainful Stroke anymore, right? They're unlikely to have a counter for Titan. I feel like Go Blank's gonna slow them down a bit, but not even that much. I think it's Go Blank or Titan. That's the way I feel about it. Could get a Fountainport. Let's try that. Like A, Go Blank could get spell pierced. B, it could like not even matter enough. Just doing it the hard way here. Oof, Rita Faye. Okay, no Phoenix. That's a small win. Didn't look like they had Spell Pierce though, they had Frida Faye and a Braid. The fact that they already drew 2 Treasure Cruise was a small nod to like not getting Go Blank. Even though it's not that hard for them to find a third one there. This list on zeros. Oh yeah, I didn't. You think that's just like an oversight to not play Sokenzan? Just gonna get a lethal prankster. Okay, looks like getting Go Blank last turn would have been decent. How'd our friend do against Phoenix in the tournament? What matchups did he play? Phoenix 2-1. Phoenix 2-0. Beat it twice. My play's gonna look really bad if I get the Zinful stroked here. Five life, shield counter. It could all be good, technically. I mean, if they have to bounce my... And here, what you get, that Phoenix in the yards. Yeah, I don't know. Just damn if you do, damn if you don't, yeah. Gust, yeah, they usually don't have Gust or Stroke these days that much, I think. They need the sideboard slots for other cards. Yeah, the fact I can't cast Valgavoth next turn is... There's almost no way what I'm doing here is going to be good enough. Alright, in hindsight, I should have gotten Go Blank. Did feel like that line was all sus. Maybe they had it though. There's a Pierce in the yard now. I wonder who you want these extra Duress against. I mean, if it's for Phoenix, I think I'd just rather have 4 Go Blank after sideboards. I feel like Go Blank's consistently the best card against Phoenix. Can't play her, obviously, in Creativity. Or Rod and Iranian too, yeah. I guess you want Duress against other combo decks, other Creativity decks, Lotus combo. Like, there's a lot of matchups where you want Duress. Leyline. I mean, playing Leyline over Go Blank is such a miser's thing. Maybe I'm just not ambitious enough, that's why I don't win. I need to feel like I'm gonna get lucky. Build my deck to get lucky. Could have arguably like won both games. Phoenix as always. As tough as always, play well against Phoenix. Okay, hero. Decent hand against blue white. Thoughtseize plus push plus some lands. Fun. Nah, you can't play 0 basics, dude, especially in open deck list. Kahira planes go. Alright, I'll shock. Get lost. I can't believe I'm gonna take get lost. Ugh. I mean, I guess your hand is bad enough. I will take get lost out of it. See, we literally just get paired against a Field of Ruin deck. Just to say, instantly wrong. Instantly proven wrong. To get a bunch of 1/1s, do I care? We have Fountainport, then a Crusades. Does feel like my hand's good enough. Oh, screw that. You can have your silly cards. Hello, acidic. Je vais get premier grand cru classe B Saint-Émilion AOC 2019. Château de Valodrome ou Château Canyon Paumé Grand. Plus they're both Saint-Émilion. What is... yeah, clearly, I don't know. I would just pick the cheapest one. And then move up if it's not good. That's my strat. Well, that's not true. My strat is usually just go with Scudulin, because that's what I like. First time chatter deck, yeah. The Lootless Marauder. Welcome to the chat, my friend. Hope you enjoy your stay. We can just greed, right? We can greed and there's literally nothing they can do about it. It's sack a treasure, get rid of Caretaker's talent. Trying to think what they could have, honestly, at this point. How much are either of these bottles worth, Adam? And what's the special occasion? Or is it just one day? Rough week ahead. I consider playing this one on my deck for Pioneer. Papillon, aka Pepperized did. Met them this weekend. Don't think things went too well. Was that deck though, unfortunately. Am I silly? Do you still get a token on the... Maybe I should have done that. My turn. How often do you ask in Paper Magic, have I played a land this turn? I don't think I ask that question too often. I'm actually pretty aware. Oh, it's just a bit... I'm not even sure it's a bad habit. It's just a habit I have on Magic Online. These cards are nice, but I kind of just want to land. I'd have a free Vigilance token. It's unfortunate. Maybe I should have does this Chanted Wedding actually in the short term. I get 2 treasures. I lose my 2 creatures. Is there a way to fix the MTG collection zoomed in? I think I just like moved away and came back and it was not zoomed in anymore. Just like, yeah, restart or go back, like leave, go click something else, and I was having the same issue. I think what you mean is like gone for me. I'm not gonna do it that way. I'm gonna like sack first, so I don't target the wrong one. YOLO. Oh wait, they play Sunfall, right? Whoopsie. Alright, mistakes were made. But at least it's gonna be fun. I might still win, actually. I might still win. Was... Alright. Sorcery, instant, land, Planeswalker. And on Fable or Case. I guess Fable, probably. What about asking my opponent's number of cards in hand? I don't do it too often, I think. I feel like I'm pretty focused and I know how many cards in hand they have. But I'm not sure. The good thing is that they don't have Sunfall, which we kind of know they didn't have a few turns ago. The big 5-0, jeez. Yep. After 40, you just age 10 years at a time. That's how it works. 38, 39, 40, 50, 60 is just over. That's if you're like somewhat healthy. If not, it's just literally exponential. Just goes like 40, 50, 75 dead. That's the way you feel now. I'll say that. I'm sure it's not even true. Oh, I don't have second black mana right now. They do have a second Wandering Emperor. Oh no, I'll just cast one. What could be bad about that? Alright, I get a... Damn, that Wandering Emperor is gonna be... Or no, what... That, watched most of the turn coverage yesterday. You did a great job as a caster. Appreciate that, Diva. Or Bielba123. I was hoping that'd be the case. Glad to hear that. Ice Cold underscore TV Ice Cold. Thank you so much for your Prime sub. Welcome to the sewer. Feel like I went on from 50, 60 very fast, and 65 plus has flown by. Time does fly by in general, honestly. Wait, where's the other Wandering Emperor? Where did all my Valgavoth card go? Didn't I just... Oh, this is only on their turn? No, why, where are they hiding? Who can figure it out? Because apparently I'm too dumb. The new comet damage roll is up. Oh, I torched it, so it got exiled and didn't get exiled by Valgavoth. Someone's paying attention. Ice Cold says, mostly a YouTube enjoyer, but have the day off and wanted to stop by and say thanks and hello. Oh, well, I'm glad you also enjoyed the YouTube content, even though I put literally zero effort in it. Glad some people still enjoy it. I know it's not like the most curated and edited content, but if it's, you know, if you and a few others still enjoyed, that's cool. Alright, bunch of spot removal doesn't seem that great, but at least Torch gets rid of. Ooh, Back to Nature is nice. Hidetsugu seems good. Anger probably not the worst. Duress probably good. Go Blank can probably be pretty mid if this matchup seems like it would just be great, honestly. I'm not even gonna do the Torch, and I'm not gonna do the Go Blank because once they start drawing a bunch of cards, I'm pretty good at picking them apart. Though I do have a bunch of disenchants actually, so maybe the Go Blanks are nice. Feels like this matchup's just unlosable, honestly. We'll see. We'll see if I'm overly confident. Made of some annoying cards. Just even getting to the late game and casting my monsters. What do you cut here? What's the last two cuts? where was it? URC Lille? It's a big city in the north of France, and it was as fast as it gets. 2 hours door to door. It was amazing. Hey Mark, thanks bud. It was Friday, but Go Blank has to be a scam. Alright, I'm okay with not having Go Blank. I think that when you have so many disenchants and you can just stop them in their tracks, the Go Blanks are actually decent. But might not be worth it. XDD Shrug?
Hey Gab, first time watcher. Loved your commentary so much. Figured I would check out the stream. What's with all the XDDs?
I'm still gonna take the Italian and back to nature. Great resub message, no beats. Damn, first time watcher, but you already subbed for 33 months, just super lurker. Good thing I'm not Hossein playing 0 basics in my deck and get insta loss anytime I get paired against someone with Demolition Field or Field of Ruin. That'd be a real Munson move. Need a mana Field over encounter. Let's see. Our friend James Moore played against Field of Ruin decks 0 times. Why is Jose just always right? I can't with this guy anymore. I don't want to keep it all. That's silly. They're probably going to Sunful next turn. YOLO. Who needs Back to Nature? Or Spite when you have the Boom Winds in play, just cast them easy. Please, one more treasure. Please no Sunful top deck. Hey, Mr. Poppy, weren't you guys saying that Case was a horrible card and you're playing it again in another deck? I've been liking the Case. Other people who played Transmog were a little lukewarm about it. Edgar and Jose. I've had no problem with that card. No complaints. Hey Gab, great commentary this weekend. Really enjoyed it. Also, you look sharp as hell in your suit. Dude, you're so nice. Thanks, Ride or Die. Appreciate it. There a point in copying a shaman here? No. I was hoping we would get the advantage bar on the arts at the broad. Dude, if we could do that somehow, maybe I'll talk about it to the CSL guy if somehow they can. But then you'd have to actually pay attention and keep track and this and that. Oh, I didn't keep Black Mana up. What a Munson. Well, we do kind of know they don't have much. All right, so Instance, my only choice. Enchantment's my only choice. The rest probably better than Thoughtseize. And then I get 1 land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll just try to grab that. A chat-driven advantage bar? That sounds cool as well, honestly. Besa have more cards, more life, more creatures. Wow. Full value Besa. No big deal. Farm engagement, yeah. Honestly, it sounds like amazing. I mean, there's probably so many cool apps you can make for Twitch. Like, does any of the big streams have any like really cool integration? I mean, I know Dota, they have like on Tab GG for Dota, you can like scroll on the heroes and see their levels and this and that and a lot of things, which is kind of nice. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, let's start with all the rest. Okay. Let's get rid of Bangbuster. Oh, this does not destroy an artifact. Right. Let's not get rid of Bangbuster. Didn't they have an overlay where we could see the percentage of cards in deck? For Arena, you can do some cool stuff. For Paper, I'm not too sure. I'm not even sure I should bother playing that card. You can see basically everything with the Dota 2 overlay, yeah. Imagine how much they'd get if they did drops for Arena viewership. Yeah, did they ever say why they don't do that stuff? The in-game viewing experience of Dota 2 is so good. As in, like, in Steam on the actual game, yeah, that is true. I missed a fancy card in pro game that was on Fable like 12 years ago. We did fantasy draft with the casters. Did people enjoy that bit? Us doing the fantasy draft and referring to it throughout the stream? Or did it get a little old after a while? Yeah, it was a fun extra. Was fun. I feel like it's as long as, we don't, but yeah, it adds a little something. I didn't like it, not I disliked it. Not that I disliked it, since I barely knew any of the players. I'm sure people who play in that area would like it. Okay. Mm, 14. Okay. So we did lose to the two of the most popular decks. We got 2-0'd by Phoenix. And we got 2-1 by Prowess. We beat Rakdos Demon. We kind of beat that blue-green frog deck, but they just left. Turtle frog deck. And then we 2-0'd whatever that was. Oh yeah, mono white. Sometimes I wonder if I don't just play poorly and sideboard poorly against Phoenix. I feel like I lose more to Phoenix than I should.